Good evening from Los Angeles, California. I'm Dr. Ryan Alba. Incoming Republican Congressman George Santos facing his most contentious interview yet as he tries to explain lies he told about his life while campaigning for Congress. Now, as Santos tried to minimize his lies as mere embellishments in an interview with Fox News, his responses got a strong pushback from the host, Tulsi Gabbard.
Do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now, you're asking to trust you to go and be their voice for them, their families, and their kids in Washington? You said there in that letter that you are, quote, a proud American Jew. How do you explain that?
My heritage is Jewish. I've always identified as Jewish. I was raised a practicing Catholic. I think I've gone through this. Even I've not being raised a practicing Jew, I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic. So I can sit down and explain to you what you can do in private equity, in capital intro, via servicing limited partners and general partners. And we can have this discussion that's going to go way above the American people's head. But that's not what I campaigned on. I campaigned on delivering results for the American people.
And CNN reported uncovering even more of Santos's lies, claiming to have attended an elite prep school, but a spokesperson for Horace Mann School telling CNN there is no evidence of Santos ever attending this school. Additionally, Santos further fabricated lies about his family heritage, saying that names and paperwork of a lot of people who were descendants of World War II refugees or survivors of Holocaust were changed, and that is why he doesn't carry the family last name Zaborovski. This is in spite of a genealogist telling CNN that, quote, there is no sign of Jewish and or Ukrainian heritage and no indication of name changes along the way. Now, as all of these unfold and as calls for him to resign continue to grow, so far Republican leaders have remained silent. And that is simply because Santos' seat is valuable to both GOP and Kevin McCarthy, who needs every single vote possible in his goal to become the next Speaker of the House. Now, in addition to the Justice Department, Congressman-elect Santos has also caught the attention of Nassau County District Attorney Ann Donnelly, who I should note is a Republican and has pledged to get to the bottom of this. She characterized his fabrication as stunning in a statement, adding the residents of Nassau County and other parts of the 3rd District must have an honest and accountable representative in Congress. She says no one is above the law, and if a crime was committed in the county, it will be prosecuted. Now, as prosecutors in New York investigate Congressman-elect Santos and his finances, many might be curious as to what they'll be looking for and how this might impact or interfere with the DA's investigation of him. Now, it is not a federal crime or a state crime to lie to the public when you're running for the office, although not recommended. However, it could be a crime if you obtain any of his money by fraud to go from reportedly very little worth to millions of dollars of net worth in a very short time. It could be a crime if he made false statements about his financial situation or other material false statements on his financial disclosure forms that had to go into federal authorities. And it could also be a crime if he used these false statements or false corporations in order to get around to evade campaign finance rules. Now, another good question to ask is that how does a federal investigation into Santos' finances now complicate his situation politically even more than the lies already have? The answer to that question is pretty simple, believe it or not. His dishonesty thrived in a climate of complacency, meaning that nobody really thought that this guy could win. The opposition research on him was there, but the local media just didn't pick it up because they simply thought it wasn't important. Well, guess what? By the time they picked it up, he had already won. He's now going to be sworn in on January 3rd, and Kevin McCarthy cannot risk having won this Republican vote. He will be sworn in one of the most ironic moments of the floor of the House of Representatives. He will be taking his oath of office, and immediately after that, investigations by the Congressional Ethics Committee and by the Office of Congressional Ethics will be triggered. Now, does the fact that federal prosecutors are looking into him change anything? Is there anything that could prevent him from taking office, and could his position in Congress impact any of these investigations? The simple answer is no. Apparently, there is a blind spot in our legal system, as there is no impeachment of a member of Congress. Even if somebody is charged with a crime, or even if a member of Congress is convicted of a crime, that doesn't necessarily get rid of them or kick them out of office. The only legal way for this to happen is by expulsion, meaning the House of Representatives itself would have to vote by a 2/3 majority to essentially kick him out. Now, we all know that this is not going to happen without at least some bipartisan support, including substantial support from Republicans, who of course soon will be the majority, and with Kevin McCarthy's lack of a spine, leadership, and frankly balls, and his increasing thirst for power, this turns into a political issue as much as a legal one. To support my work, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to hit the bell icon so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos. Thanks for watching.